Hello everyone, welcome to an SOE Reforged battle replay. Today's a nice 4v4. Before I get started, I'd just like to let you guys know that I have a Subscribestar, Patreon, PayPal and donation link in the description below if you'd like to support my work. But as always, if you cannot, please remember to like and share the video as it does greatly support the channel. Today's replay comes from Kvorinandrei. So Kvorin's commanding the realm of Lothlorien, and he's got some Loren mounted company here on his right flank. Over here we have some Loren archers. We have some March Wardens of the Wood, 2 units. I think that's his ally, yes it is. We have some Spears of the Wood, 2 units there in his next rank. We have some Loren Spearmen on his right flank. We have some Gladrin Blade Masters not armoured up. Some Blades of the Wood. More Gladrin Blade Masters not armoured up. We also have some Loren Sword Masters. These guys are pretty good. We have some Kindred of Celebraun, an elite archer unit. Don't blob your troops up with these guys. You'll regret it later, trust me. We have some Blades of the Wood over here. Some Loren Sword Masters again, and some Loren Axemen, 2 units in the rear. No Gladrium, no Watchers of the Golden Wood. Very unusual. We'll see if he has any hidden units later on. His ally though, Titus, has some Riders of the Golden Wood, pretty much the same as Watchers of the Golden Wood, just on horseback. We have some March Wardens of the Wood over here, 2 units. 2 units of Loren Archers on the hill. Some Elder Council, Loren Axemen, more Elder Council, some Kindred of Celebraun, Loren Spearmen, Watchers of the Golden Wood, so Titus has got both Watchers. We have some Karas Calahon's Guardians, and some Loren Spearmen. Alright, next we have Rohan, commanded by King OFD of the North. He has some Riddermark Archers out here, 1 unit. We have some Helmingus next. We've got some Eastmark Spearmen. I think 3 units. Now watch out for these guys. They throw javelins. Always watch out for that. Look for Eastmark Spearmen. Don't think they're just regular Spearmen. You'll regret it later. We have some Westmark Spearmen in the next rank. Looks to be 3 units. We have some Arid of Alberg. Some Sons of Earl. More Arid of Alberg. Red Shield of Ekebrand. Shieldbands of Rohan. 2 units either side. Some Riders of the Fold, and I think that's actually it there. And some Helm's Hammers there behind them. So a good army there for Rohan, and on the wide open plain it's perfect for cavalry warfare. We'll see if Rohan can capitalise on that later. The final ally, Rune, commanded by Misiricorde, who has some Eastron Hunters out front, 2 units. He's got some Variag Mercenaries next in the back. It's these are light tiers, I suppose you can call these guys light to mid tier Variag Mercenaries. Next we have some Loke Scion Rim, some Loke Gamp Rim, mixed in with some Eastron Clansmen armoured up all the way, so that's a silver upgrade. When these guys are not armoured up at all, they look like these guys. When they're half armoured up, that's the orange shield, they have a silver helm on their heads. And when they're fully armoured, they look like a Loke Gamp Rim, pretty much. So you can't really tell the difference, except they're holding sword and shields, that's it. So it looks like we might have 3 units of each here in the battle line. And we have Loke Scion Rim again on the flank. Very good idea to put spearmen and pikes on the flanks to protect you from cavalry charges. To deter cavalry charges, I suppose is a better way of saying that. Next we have some Bathclop Tribesmen, some Eastron Horse Guard, some Dragon's Wrath Warlords, and Kumul's Dragon Knights. Alrighty, next we have the first of 4 attackers, or 4 opponents. We have Rudar, commanded by Death Eater. And he has some Edmor's Troll Hunters, 2 units, and some Forodin Javelins, so Javelins at the very back. We have some Colfell Maidens, again Javelin unit on horseback, 2 units. We've got some Heridane Nobles next. We have some Rudar Clansmen, mixing with some Rudar Axemen, Rudar Swordsmen here, Heridane Pikemen, Dunman Hunters, Dunman Pikemen, Heridane Berserkers, more Swordsmen, possibly more Hunters, some Rudar Axemen and Rudar Clansmen, and more Dunman Pikemen just here. So good army there. We'll see what Rudar does. He's going up against Rune, so he should be alright. We have, although he's keeping his javelins way back in the rear for some reason, and possibly some hidden trollstraw axe throwers I don't know yet. Next we have Isengard, commanded by Horithgar of Horithgar Heavenlight, who I haven't seen before, so new Heaven, welcome. He's got some Dunlington veterans here, 2 units. We have some Uruk-hai archers here, 2 units, make that 3. We have some Uruk-hai infantry, mixed in with some Uruk-hai pikemen, I think 3 units of each on this battle line. We have some Uruk-hai berserkers and some Dunlington clansmen here mixed in. Some Nazgûl-hai as well, another unit of Dunlington clansmen. We have some champions of the White Hand and 2 more units of Dunlington veterans. No artillery pieces yet I've seen here. Next we have Gondor, commanded by Earl James, or L. James. We have some Plymouth Gallon cavalry, 2 units. Some Gondor infantry, not armoured up at all, this is your basic model here. We got 2 units of them here. We have a catapult first artillery piece I've seen. Some marksmen of Care Andros, a decent archer unit, and also a decent infantry unit once they run out. 2-handed heavy sword unit they deploy. 2-handed heavy sword, they deploy. We have some Gondor spearmen. Again, this is your basic model, no armor upgrades whatsoever. We have some Fountain Guard, and we have Axemen of Lossark. You guys probably aren't too familiar with seeing these guys' basic model, because when they're armored up, they kind of look like this, in a sense. They're heavily armored, look like Gondor infantry from Return of the King, but they're pretty much unrecognizable in their basic form. No armor upgrade whatsoever. We have 3 units of them here, and some Fountain Guard. Next we have 2 units of Pelican Marines and some Wardens of the White Tower, so interesting army there for Gondor. We'll see if he has ranges later on. And the final opponent is Dale, commanded by Liz 12, who has 2 units of Earls of Dale, Dalian Royal Guard, Blackshot Dragon Slayers, Morquindi Bows, Bardine Marksmen, 2 units, Morquindi Pikes, Dalian Paladins and Morquindi Pikes, 2 units of Dismounted Earls, and 2 units of Swordmasters of Esgaroth. So another interesting army here for Dale. We'll see if it pays off for them. But for now, let's get this battle started. Enjoy. Now we saw the catapult winding up. We've also got Rudar charging forth, and Isengard as well. Very interesting maneuvers here. Coming down. Isengard under heavy fire. A lot of those arrows missing. Not seeing too many dead Rohan troops. Looks like Gondor was thinking about charging in. Rise of the Golden Wolf and Titus moving back. Champions of the White Hand. Good charge there from Horthgar. These guys are relatively exposed. He could cycle charge these guys and kill all these archers if he wanted to. Champions of the White Hand under heavy fire though. Earl James joining in the fun. Okay, Eastmark Spearmen loading up here. Will the Eastmark Spearmen here get a shot off? I don't think they will. Oh, they pulled out. This is horrible. Oh, but lucky for them, King also cancelled their fire. Lotharian sending over some cavalry forces. Cavalry from Rohan also charging up. Isengard ploughing into the ranks. Javelins unleashed. Are all javelins being unleashed? Yes, they are. And they're going after Earl James cavalry. Bit of a gamble. Probably best to saving that javelin fire for all the Uruk-hai soldiers bearing down on them. Eastmark Spearmen. I don't know if they used up all their javelins. I can't see if they did. Okay, they did a charging forth with his Rudar. Already knows. Oh, he pulled back. Got Eastern Horse Guard moving up. So the battle really gaining steam over here. We've got Westmark Spearmen moving up. Sons of the Earl ploughing into the Uruk-hai pikemen in the rear. Champions of the White Hand got to provide cover. They'll slow down a little bit more. Got arrows flying, we've got cavalry charging all over the place. Rudar's over here. Oh, we had some line mounted company deep within the enemy ranks. And this one belongs to Corvin. Or Kvorin, sorry, Kvorin. I'm trying to say that better next time. Looks like Lotharing was trying to go for a charge on the Dunedin Clansman ranks. But they were caught out there by the Urquhart infantry. Plymouth Garden Cavalry did not get a good charge on them. Confire Maidens, what are they up to? Okay, they're throwing their stuff into Rohan. Rudar Clansmen charging forth. Rune moving up. Rudar Axemen being caught out here from Death Eater. They need support. Pronto, they're about to be outflanked. Okay, so looking at the battle lines here. Rohan's in a bit of strife. It is 12% to, actually 12% to 12% now. We've got Shieldmaidens of Rohan. They're fighting. Looks like Confire Maidens got in their ranks. Westmark Infantry broke, unit of 28. So the Shieldmaidens really need to get firing, if at all, if they can fire. Red Shield of Eckenbrown, where are they firing at? Oh, whatever they're shooting at, it ain't where their fire is needed the most right now. Shieldman's got to be withdrawn. Got to give Sons of the Eld room to charge. I think King's is losing micro there on some of his army. He's trying to move his cavalry around, but he's having some tough time trying to stay focused with his infantry. His Helm's Hammers are doing pretty good in his centre. Head over here and see what's happening, if anything's happening just yet. Okay, Liz 12 has unfortunately really bunched up his forces. And Lotharian's taking full advantage of that. All these troops here, while they're being spread out, are so clumped up they might as well be in tight formation. You can see that Lotharian's just peppering them here. And they're hindering the accuracy of themselves. We've got Barney Marksmen here, affecting the Blackshot Dragon Slayers. Not an Axeman being targeted by the Blackshot Dragon Slayers. Alright target, I suppose. Earl James could be targeting these guys. You've got archers here all around. So Dale's in a bit of trouble. Earl James cavalry's being peppered to high heaven. Alright, head back over here because this is utter. Oh, just in time! What a cutback! Back up charging, firing in. We'll do a quick overview. Maroon's battle line is well established. He's actually outmaneuvered Rudar a little bit here. Rudar's got to try and fend him off. And try and keep his left flank clear. Force the Silent Rim back at least, or hold them. We've got some Etomos Trollhunters here. I'm not sure where they're firing at though. Not a lot of them are firing. Okay, a lot of them are loading up. They could be targeting Rohan. Yeah, they are targeting Rohan troops. We've got Foreign and Javelins targeting the Silent Rim. So Deadly doing his bit for his team. 30 to 33%. You don't want to lose the Silent Rim. That's what's holding your whole battle line in place. Remove the Silent Rim and Death Eater will fold him up. Easier than paper. You got Isengard pressing Rudar's flanks now. Oh, there goes King's General. But there's some good fire coming in here from Rohan now, peppering pikemen and berserkers. God knows this fire is definitely needed. Red Shield of Ekabrand getting some good kills. Horeth Guard just doing his best to help out his teammate here. Alright, so the Setter Corda has broken through the centre and is now beginning to fold up Rudar. This is a pivotal moment here. Messeri needs to get a move on to turn the tide quickly. Isengard's bearing down on him, he's running out of time to fend off Death Eater. Despite the javelin fire, the Loic Sun Rim on either side is holding for now. He's beginning to fold up the Rudar ranks. Now the Eastern Hunter should probably be firing into Isengard as Isengard approaches. He's on the way. You got Varag mercenaries, but they have their bows out. But Messeri is charging them into battle anyway. Alright, it looks like the artillery's been firing for a little while. Struggling to really get some hits. Earl James has approached Lothlorien. Gondor hasn't lost too many casualties on his approach. Dale's lost a few, but looks like we just had some cavalry archer action. Now this isn't good. Lothlorien has zeroed in on Earl James, targeting his Fountain Guard, which is a big problem for Earl James. Earl James needs to keep his Fountain Guard healthy and alive for as long as possible to get him into the fight. Artillery not really the best on open plain battle like this. Not unless you can get your enemy blobbed up somewhere. Okay, so we've got some troops here breaking. Gondor infantry. Again, Earl James seems to have just positioned his Chaos Monarchs from too close to each other and the accuracy is being affected somewhat. Now, you don't want that, you can't afford that against Elves at the very least. You've got to give your archers the best chance against the Elves, and that means improving the accuracy as best you can. Pelican Marines. Now you can tell why Lothlorien's focusing on these guys. And Kvorin has made the mistake of bouncing up his forces here. But fortunately for him, these are just light tier units. Pelican Marines though still have 102 men. He's got to position them better so he can get a better bead on Kvorin's and Titus's troops. Now the Fountain Guard, now that they're in the fight, they're relatively protected, they should be okay. They'll actually win that fight there that they're in. Now, Gondor's left flank, not so much, he needs reinforcements here. They're about to be outflanked by the Lorien and Swordmasters. Kvorin needs to get moving. He's got an advantage here. You've got to exploit those advantages when they're open up to you. You can't just sit back and wait. Yes, there are Marshal Candros, but your archers are also peppering them at the same time. So you're putting pressure. As long as you're putting pressure on the enemy archers, then I think it's relatively okay for you to push forward and attack. Because the player that's shooting you has a conundrum. He's in a conundrum. He's got to make a decision whether to shoot at the people shooting him and killing his men, or try and shoot at your infantry as you push forward. It's a catch-22. Either way, you're hitting him, and he's only hitting one of your two units. You've got to decide whether or not it's worth it, and whether or not your unit that you've sent forward can absorb that arrow fire. Bindi bows moving in against the Lorien archers. Lorien archers are out of ammunition. Out of the council though, it looks like they still have their javelins. Titus needs to press that advantage and take out maybe the dismounted Earls of Dale. But fortunately for Gondor and Dale, looks like Lothlorien's making a mistake of bunching up his units as well. We've got Kindred of Celeborn mixed in here with March Wardens of the Wood. See units shooting up all the time. It is a mess over here. And looking at this, it seems like Death Eater, with Isengard's help, has defeated Rune. Things obviously look promising there. We'll come back and just see what happened. Alright guys, we are back to look at what the hell happened here before. We know the outcome. don't know the story leading up to it. So we've got the Light Gate Brim here. Instead of folding up the ranks here, they chose to go after the Eternal's Troll Hunters. But Herodane Berserkers here against the Variag Mercenaries. We've got Frondum Javelins here. Eastron Hunters we know get out of there somehow. We have some Dumbin Hunters up here. But they're out of ammunition. Okay, the Light Gate Brim not faring too well here against the Herodane Pikemen. Okay, then let's go higher, attacking the Light Gate Brim's right flank. They'll easily move forward and overwhelm that position. Dumbin Pikemen faring pretty well here against the Eastron Clansmen and Light Gate Brim. But now Rudar's slamming into his back. And that's broken the whole force, so that's what happened. That unit of Light Gate Brim's finished now as well. The forces over here have just been overwhelmed. Alright, back to the battle. Alright, now that we're back, and we saw how Rudar and Isengard defeated Rohan and Rune, they're beginning their march over to face Thorian. Now, Messeri is not gone yet, he's still got his cavalry. We have Rise of the Fold here from King, so King's still around as well. We've got Eastron Hunters and Variag Mercenaries. So we got pockets of resistance here and there. We have Loksar Rim, a unit that survived. Some Light Gate Brim also. And the Red Shield of Ekebrand as well. And we have the Camul's Dragon Knights. Now, what Rune and Rohan need to do here is they need to harass Rudar and Isengard to high heaven. Target the units where your spears and pikes are not. You can destroy those units and help out your allies. It's all about, you got to weaken your troops as best you can before they arrive and face off against your other allies. Now we've got one surviving member here of Helm's Hammers versus one Urukai infantry trooper. He won that fight. Don't know what he's going to do here. I think Messeri will arrive to his allies. Kumul's Dragon Knights. Okay, it looks like Messeri's game plan is to get here, take out Gondor from the rear, help out his allies win, and get them ready to face off against Isengard and Rudar. We've got some champions of the White Hand here. They could be looking for a charge. Hrothgar, I don't know why he didn't seize the opportunity to charge in there. It looks like the Dragon Knights ignored him entirely and didn't know he was there. Got Blackshot Dragon Slayers, a prime target here for the Camul's Dragon Knights. We'll go back to normal speed here. Horrible charge there for the Dragon Knights. And the Earls of Dale are ignoring them. That is very interesting. We've got some Galadriel Blade Masters charging in. Earls of Dale have been surrounded. Well, not really surrounded, these are their own men, their allies. Bronze of the White Tower down to 27, 26 now. I would think they'd be able to hold off against these guys for a while, but let's have a look. They're eager and they're fresh, but they're succumbing to the elves here. They don't like the Lionhead Swordmasters for sure. That's worthy of note. The Chaos Calhoun Guardians destroying the Fountain Guard. What Titus needs to do, he needs to surround the pikemen and attack them from the rear, so get these guys moving around and slam into them. You shouldn't waste time trying to fight them head on. You're just playing to their advantage. their pikes. They'll be able to hold that against you for some time. The only way to get past a phalanx like this is to get in behind them. Same way the Romans did when they won the battle at Macedonia. Well, the battle wasn't at Macedonia, but they defeated the kingdom of Macedon. And that's the day I think the Roman Empire became the #1 power in the world. And they defeated the army because they attacked the Greek phalanxes from the rear and just cut them down to ribbons. It was awful. Okay, Downing Royal Guard. This is where the Camul's Dragon Knights would have better off charging in. Oh, Kindred of Celeborn. That's where communication's key. Rise of the Fold charging in now. Again, both archer units have poor charges, poor charge bonuses. This is where, like in Stream or Warlords, and Camul's Dragon Knights would excel. So Rohan's going to clear the way and get Rune in there to take these guys out quickly. Because they're coming in. With the Red Shield still here, by the time these guys charge in, they're going to hinder their charge. Okay, Rohan cleared out just in time. And most of the Downing Royal Guard was just annihilated in that charge. That went exactly as expected. Looks like Maseri cut and run pretty quickly, actually. Oh no, it looks like Ruda and Isengard are falling back. And so Rune got here so quickly. Before the other guys. They turned back. Looks like they're going to come to their allies' defense, but when they saw them being annihilated and defeated, they pulled back. Yeah, McQuindy pikes. Okay, there goes Daly. This goes Dale's general. There's 12s and all sorts here. The Achilles heel of all pike units is attacking them from the rear. Poor charge there from Warlords. Downing Paladins just being overwhelmed and crushed. Paladins down to 4. Being attacked from all sides. Yeah, it's pretty good. We got units from all 4 players still alive here at the end. But we have some time here till the final battle, so we'll actually do a small cut here after we see the annihilation of the Downing Royal Guard, because we've got King moving in here. Or will he let him go? No, Rise of the Fold coming in. Okay. Gondor's general has fallen. Earl James, I think, is almost done. Hey, got the hit. There's Rohan's cav when you need it. Alright, this is no contest. They're going to be killed eventually. Alright, we'll do a small cut here and come back soon. See ya. Alright, boys and girls, we are back, and Liz 12 is still alive. The Earls of Dale got out of there, and he's rejoined his allies, Isengard and Rudar. I think Earl James is finished. He has no more units in play. Oh no, my bad. He's got his catapult crew. Okay. Hey, he's got something at the end. That's good. Watches the Golden Woods shooting up. Again, this is the only unit I would say you're allowed to do this. As the accuracy rate is 90% and above. Now this is a mistake. Ruda and Isengard probably should have timed their approach a little bit better. They've really bunched up their troops. They've gone for power by stacking these ranks, but as you can see, this is really helping the Kindred of Celeborn. This is what the Kindred of Celeborn love. They want this. Isengard started firing their archers, but infantry is in the way at the moment, hindering the accuracy. But, you know, to Isengard, Ruda, and Dale's credit, which is actually very lucky for them, Rune and Lothlorien weren't set up really well. Their archers weren't set up properly, so they're not firing in at the moment. But now they're stopped, and this is actually a huge mistake. They're exposed to the archers of Rune and Lothlorien. They can't stay here. They've got to charge in. They've got to charge into the battle lines for protection. Here we go. What are they going to be firing at, I wonder? Yep. That's the danger with delaying your charge. Remember, Berserker's going in. Entomostrantes are on the flanks. They still have javelins, but Rune is focusing them down. They won't get any javelin fire. Or actually, scratch that, they didn't target them at all. They were targeting the main battle line of Isengard Rune. They ignored these guys entirely. Do that at your own peril, mate. Really. You see how these troll hunters get firing, you're in trouble. Earls of Dale, a little bit late to the party. We've got enemy cav in their allies' back lines already. I thought this is what the Earls of Dale were here to deter and prevent and defend against. It's 73 to 87 here. This is definitely going the way of Titus and Kvorin's alliance. Yeah, Earls of Dale, no real match here for the Warlords or Camill's Dragon Knights. We've got Daling Cavalry under fire. The whole battle line of Isengard and Ruda just collapsed. The men of Lothlorien and Ruda was just too much. Not to mention the fact the archers of Rune and Lothlorien tore up their infantry line before they really got into their ranks. And that's it, guys. So we'll actually play time 60 to the end.
Time to press the attack.
Just chasing them off at this point. We're the last pockets of Isengard resistance, and there goes the general.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Bit of friendly fire there. Nazgûl High doing very well against superior numbers.
It is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours. This is a clear victory.
Congratulations to Titus, Kvorinandrei, King of the North, and Miséricorde on their victory. That being said, well done to Death Eater and Hrothgar for getting on top of their battles and actually coming to the aid, or trying to come to the aid of their allies, but we're just a little bit late there in the end. But that was a good comeback there from Death Eater. I actually wrote him off. I thought Rune had him midway through that when we went to go over and see how the Lothlorien battles were going on against Gondor and Dale. So I was surprised to come back and see that Death Eater had actually won that. So well done to him and Hrothgar. Okay, Titus got 1252. Kvorinandrei, 1691. King OFD of the North, 1925, and man of the match for his team, and by the whole match, Recon 2,393 kills. Nice job. Death Eater, 1563. Hrothgar, Heaven Light, 1675. L. James, 696. And this 12, 792. Now, L. James and this 2 got low kill counts simply because Lothlorien has less troops per unit than most other factions, like say Rudar or Isengard. That's why, like say Rudar, Isengard, Brune, for example, and Rohan. So there's less soldiers to kill per unit. That's why the kill counts are so low. Looking at Titus's kill counts, we have Kindred of Celeborn, 115. Lorien Archers, 245 and 134. Elder Council, 113 and 93. March Wardens of the Wood, 84 and 94. And Karas Calaton Guardians, 115. Kvorinandrei got Kindred of Celeborn, 140. Spears of the Wood, 89 and 150. Very nice. Gladrian Blade Masters, not too bad. No, actually not good. I'm reading the wrong person there. Lorien and Mounted Company, 150. Lorien and Spearmen, looks to be 124 and 88. Lorien and Swordmasters, almost 100 kills apiece. Lorien and Axemen, 46 and 105. March Wardens of the Wood, 85 102. Lorien and Archers, 201. And the rest did average to good, I'll say. So, thank you to Kvorinandrei for sending in the replay. This is SOE signing off. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.